Welcome, everyone. You've reached Grandma Mo, and we're covering the WNBA, and this was the night game on Amazon Prime. So we had the Aces and the Mercury going at it in Vegas, and, the Aces are surging, and it's, a lot of people attribute it to A'ja Wilson, and A'ja Wilson has been playing fine. I mean, she's putting up a lot of points and everything. But the difference in the Aces is their other players. Because she was doing this earlier. I mean, she wasn't scoring 30, but she was still... I mean, she had a couple bad games earlier in the year. There was a few of them. But for the most part, Asia's just been doing what she normally does, and she takes the majority of the shots. But the difference in the Aces is that Chelsea Gray has come alive. If you look at other videos I've done around the Aces, I'm like, what is wrong with Chelsea Gray? Well, nothing wrong now. She has that unstoppable fadeaway jumper, right around the foul line, that everyone calls a mid-range. It's a jumper. Like, I don't understand the mid-range thing, I guess, to distinguish it from a three, but it's just a fadeaway jump shot. Anyway, it's one of those little things. Anyway, before I forget, appreciate it if you can hit that subscribe button for me, and so we can grow the channel. We're following the entire WNBA. And, I thought this was going to be a barn burner, but as it turns out, the Aces were just too much for the Mercury. And then they lost Copper on another moving screen by A'ja Wilson. I don't know why she doesn't get called for that stuff. She's always leaning and, and a lot of people get called on that stuff, and she doesn't get called on it. I've seen her get called maybe 3 times. And she does it all the time. I mean, not every time, but I don't know. Anyway, so our MVP candidates both had double-doubles. Allyssa Thomas and A'ja Wilson both had double-doubles. But there was a balanced scoring for the Aces. There were, let me see here, 5 players in double figures. A'ja had 19. Dana Evans, she was hot. She shot almost 80% from the floor. She hit almost everything she put up. And then you had A'ja with 19, Jackie Young had 12, Allyssa Smith had 12, and Chelsea Gray had 12. Jewel Lloyd wasn't as effective in this game, but she didn't really need to be. So the Aces get the win 83-61. That's an 18-point victory over a team with the same record as them. I mean, the Aces have played 2 more games, but they both have... The only thing that matters is the loss column, because those are the things that are... the win column will even up, but the loss column is the thing that you can't... That's how you measure the teams. Anyway, so you had the Aces going out to a strong start, 23-17. Then they outscored them 20-12. So that right there is a 14-point lead at halftime. And then Phoenix came back a little bit in the third, outscored them 17-16. But then the Aces poured it on again and outscored them 24-15 to get the 83-61 win. The Aces had more points in the paint. Phoenix had more second chance points. Fast break points were even. Biggest lead was 22 points. Phoenix had a brief 3-point lead early in the game. The other thing, turnovers. Phoenix had 14 turnovers. The Aces took care of the ball exceptionally well. 6 turnovers. Phoenix didn't get 1 point off turnovers, off those 6 turnovers. The Aces got 21. There's your game right there. The Aces shot 46% from the floor. Phoenix shot 31. The 3-point percentage for both teams wasn't very good. 27% for the Aces, 18% for Phoenix. Points from the foul line were even, within a couple of points. Phoenix out-rebounded them. They got 43 to the Aces 37. That doesn't really surprise me because the only one really rebounded is A'ja. And Allyssa Smith helps out there. And Jackie Young tends to get the ones that, bounce back off the rim away from the basket. But Phoenix only had 2 players in double figures. They played everyone that was available played for Phoenix. But, most of that, 3 of them were, near the end of the game. But they did play a bunch of people because this is the first of a back-to-back for them. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But the only ones in double figures for Phoenix were Satu Sabali and Allyssa Thomas. Allyssa Thomas had 17 points, 11 rebounds. Natasha Mack, she was in there rebounding for them. She had 10 rebounds, but she only scored 3 points. Sabali was 5 for 14. She is not shooting well. I mean, she throws up some shots, but she is just not shooting well. She was 28% from 3. She had 2 turnovers, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Allyssa Thomas had 3 turnovers and 6 assists, but she also had 2 steals. Let's see. Well, Kalia Copper got hurt. That was the moving screen on A'ja Wilson. She kind of hipped her. She either got the wind knocked out of her or she hit her hip. Sometimes when you hit, it's like bone on bone. So, I don't know. She might have a bone bruise there on her hip. Those are painful. But she went out of the game and didn't come back. So she had 6 points. She had 2 turnovers, 2 rebounds. She was 2 for 6 from 3, 2 for 8 overall. Akoa Makani was playing well for them. She was doing some good things. She had 9 points, 2 turnovers, 1 assist, 6 rebounds. She was 3 for 8, 1 for 5 from 3-point land. And then there's a bunch of 2s and 3s for the rest of the. Catherine Westbeld, she hit a shot. Sammy Whitcomb hit a 3. Bonner hit 1 shot. She only took 6 shots. Played 19 minutes, only took 6 shots. Lexi Held hit a shot, 2 points. And then the only other one was Kalani Brown. And that was right near the end of the game. They finally put her in. I don't know why they just didn't put her in to put a big body on A'ja Wilson. And then put another one in, put Mac and her in and crowd A'ja Wilson. I don't know. I see some funny things from coaches that, when you have a big advantage, you have a 6'7" player, and you don't take advantage of that. I understand she's not the fastest person in the world, but you want her in there to clog up the paint and block shots. And she did get one. The little time she was in there, she got a block and 3 rebounds. So the Aces, 12 points from Jackie Young. She shot okay. She was 2 for 5 from 3, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and a steal. She had 2 blocks, but she was 5 for 15 overall, which that's 33%. That's not that great. A'ja Wilson, 7 for 16. She was 43%. She went to the line 6 times. I was happy they weren't calling fouls. Every time she goes to the hoop, it's like whether you touch her or not, she gets a foul called. It's like if you're that good, which she is, no argument there. But you shouldn't. She would just be so much more appealing as a fan if she would stop with the complaining all the time. Every time she goes to the hoop, it's and one, and she never fouls. She never sets a moving screen. It's like, just play the game and let your game speak for itself. It's good enough. It's just something that annoys me about her. It's like, just play the game. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. NaLyssa Smith, 12 points. She had 2 assists, 5 rebounds. She was 5 for 8. She's been coming through for them. At first when they first traded for her, I thought, I don't know. But, it's working out. She's a good rebounder. That's for sure. And she's been hitting some shots down low. And, she takes a couple threes. Kirsten Bell, speaking of threes, she was 2 for 6 from 3. And that's all she did was take threes. She had 3 assists and a rebound. She also had a block and a steal. 6 points for her. Chelsea Gray, she had 12 points, 2 steals, 1 turnover, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. She was 6 for 9 overall. She had, like I said, she's got that fadeaway mid, right around the foul line jumper that's unstoppable. Unless you're behind her, the only way you're going to stop that is if you're behind her and just jump up and try and stuff her that way. Jewel Lloyd, 5 points. She had 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. She was 2 for 8 overall. Dana Evans, good contribution from Dana Evans. She was just on fire. 17 points for her. 1 steal, 1 rebound. 7 for 9, and she hit a 3. Key Stokes didn't score, but let's see here. She had 3 rebounds. She didn't even take a shot. Aaliyah Nye didn't shoot. And then Gustafson was in at the end of the game. She took 2 shots but didn't make them. So overall, the Aces are definitely on a roll. It would not surprise me if they finish. We'll have to see when Stewie comes back. If Stewie comes back here in the next couple days, then I would think New York will finish second. But if she's a little later, the Aces might very well finish second. But we'll see. It's getting exciting. Everybody's beating everybody else. So we will see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.